Good morning, everyone. Can you able to hear my voice? You able to hear my voice? Okay. Thanks for your confirmation. We'll start with the session now. Yes, I'm starting the session. So before we start, just we'll recap what we have discussed yesterday. So what we have discussed yesterday, remember? First, I'm talking about the MCSE. Yes. In the MCSE, we discussed what VPN, virtual private network. Through that, we discussed how we can how we can communicate with the private network from the public network, that is using the internet, we can remotely log into our PC and can able to access all the resources from the private network using the VPN server. Okay? That is what we discussed yesterday. Now coming to the MCSE, only one small topic is pending, that is how to take the backup and restore the data. So we have already done all the topics, only backup and restore is pending. So that's a very small topic. So we'll finish that today. So you might be knowing already why we will take the backup, prevent the data loss. So now we already discussed how to take the backup of the Active Directory objects. I shown you Active Directory objects. Now we are going to take the backup in entire machine. So complete data is there. Controller backup is there with the ADC, but the data. Please unmute your mic. One minute. Okay. So we discussed yesterday the VPN. Now today we'll have a small topic in the MCSE, that is how to take the backup and restore it. So backup of the object we already taken with the help of the Active Directory object recycle bin. Now today the backup of the data from the DC machine will take it. Okay. The DC backup is already there with the help of what? With the help of what? ADC. But if any data is there in the DC machine, that also we can take the backup with the help of what? Backup and restoring. Okay. So today our topic is what? Backup and restore. So you see here, all the topics have been covered. The last topic. Backup and recovery. In there is nothing much to be need to be explained here because you know why we'll take the backup. So you can copy the data from your machine to the alternate media. It can be same machine or the different machine just to prevent the data loss. Only administrator can take the backup. Once you have taken the backup, if the data has been lost, you can restore it. The same thing we will do practically. The same thing I'll show you practically. So with this, we have done with what? We have done with what? Is backup and recover. Now I'll show you the practical about that. Last topic, backup and recovery. So for this, you need to log in as an administrator, DC machine, and click on Add Roles and Features. You install the service called Windows Backup Server. Next, then close the service. Then for creating the backup, if I take the backup of entire machine, it will take a lot of time. So what I'll do, I'll just create one E drive. In that, we'll create some folder, and that will create file. We'll take the backup of that. Now, first install the service, then create some data. Now you take the backup with the Windows Server backup. So now open that service from the tool, Windows Backup Service. Then select the local backup. Click on the local means you are taking in the same machine. You can take it another machine means remote backup. Click on the backup once. Then select here what custom next. Click on the add item, expand. Which data you want to take the backup? The data is there in E drive. So expand E drive, check the data folder. Next, local drive, destination. Where you want to take the backup, just create a folder with that name. If you don't have the folder, you take it in a C drive. Next, backup close. Now remove the data from the E drive because we need to see the restoring. So now you go to the system one there. Then open again what Windows Server backup. Then right side you will find what recover. Select this recover. Next. Select the file. And next expand the system E drive folder. So where this data will be recovered in the E drive. Verification. If you open the E drive, you will find the folder. That's it. Yes, you can take the remote backup also. If that machine is connected to the remote setup, you can take the backup in other hard disk or you can take even in other machine. Yes, you can take it. I'm taking in the same machine. See, what is the difference between Active Directory means Active Directory is a service through which we will make our entire network centralized. We'll make our uh, network as what domain model with the help of Active Directory. Azure is what? It's a service provided by the Microsoft for cloud. So with the help of the cloud, uh, with the help of the Azure, we can understand how we can store our data in remote servers, in data center servers. So that will be provided by the, that will be maintained by the software. Like you have the Amazon Web Server, AWS. Similar way you have what from Microsoft Azure, which will provide you the cloud. Cloud means data storage through the internet. No. Active Directory concept is domain model. So now suppose you are creating everything. Instead of that you creating, you can say to the Azure people, I have requirement of so and so specific requirement. So they will configure and they will give you. You can use them, but they'll charge you. Now they will create the Active Directory for your domain. You said them this is the domain I want for so and so requirement, so and so name. So they'll configure the Active Directory and provide you. They'll charge you. So you have to pay and use that service. That's it. Configuration, everything will be done by the Microsoft. That is done through the cloud. Okay, understood. Okay, so let me take the backup now. So for today, I'm taking using only one machine. So let me go to my machine now.
Sir, can you please clear my doubt? It is in chat box.
I'm checking it. Just give me a minute. Keep your mic in mute position. have the backup of the DC with what? So when we are taking the ADC, what will happen? That file, database file, we are not taking the backup of the database file because you cannot open it, you cannot see it. When you take the backup of the DC, that entire thing will get copied, replicated. So whatever things you have in the DC, same thing will be reflected in the ADC. We don't have to create. But when we talk about the backup means, now in the DC, some uh, some services are there. So that is running. That will be provided by the ADC. But in the real time, what you will do, you will keep the user data, what they are writing, in some other machine. That is called file server. That is called what? File server. So we discuss no roaming profile, like the users are being given with the home folder. So whatever data they write, that will be written in the a separate server called file server. So now this backup is generally for that file server. So whatever data the users have written in entire machine, all the users. So simply what you can do, you can take the backup of entire machine of the file server using the backup server. No, you want only certain folders backup or certain data only, that also option you have. Like I'm taking the backup of not entire machine, even one of the folder, like even one of the drive, you can do it. So this is the difference. Yes, the backup of DC is there with what? ADC. But the user's data, so like we are doing in a small type of network, so everything we have put it in the DC, but in the real time DC will be there, along with the DC some other servers will be there, like file server where the user's data will be stored. So that backup you can take with the help of what? Backup and recover. Yes, so that's what I'm taking the backup of the data. Okay, now let me proceed with this. So let me log in as an administrator. Only admin can take this backup, remember. User can take their backup, but not other user backup. But we want to take the backup of all users. So, so before we proceed with the backup, we need to install one service called backup and recovery. So here, can you find the backup and recovery service? No. So now I'll install it. How to install? Same procedure. Click on the add roles and features. Go to the next three times. One, two, three. Then check the service. Which service you want today? Windows backup. Can you find here at the bottom somewhere? Just a second. Next. It is not there. So go to the next. Somewhere you will find here what? Can you find here Windows Server Backup? So after the 4, next you have it, not 3. So then check this service. Then go to for what? Next. Next. Now click on install. Now Windows Server Backup will get installed. So here you have the option of taking the backup of entire machine or one particular folder or one particular drive. So this is we are doing on the file server where the data is there. Data backup. Like generally it will be done on the file server. So this service got installed. So now let me create before I take the backup, let me create some data in this machine. So let me remove this OS. Now let me create in E drive some folder. So this I'm assuming as a file server where my data is there. So let me create two files. Yeah, I have some data, assuming this is the total data of my users of some department. So this is there in the form of what? E drive. Okay. Now I want to take the backup of this. How to take the backup? We install the service called Windows Backup Server. Now you go to the Server Manager console, go to the tools. Now you can find a service called Windows Server Backup. Now here it is showing you what Windows Server Backup. Now can you find here local backup? Here, Windows Server Backup. You can find it. Then go to the Windows Server Backup. Let me open once more. Windows Server Backup. Now the backup status what? Local backup you want to take, extra time you want to take, or online backup. All these options are there. Now you open this here local backup. We are taking the local backup. Now here you can see here you can schedule the backup. You can take the backup once. I'm taking the backup once. Click on the backup once. Now you want to schedule the backup means you can write the script at what time you want to take the backup. So I'm going with what different option. Manually I'm taking the backup. Click on next. Now you want to say the full backup, full machine backup. Then you have the full server. No, I want to take according to my requirement. Then custom. Full means it is about like 14.5 GB. Then next. Now, whose backup you want to add? Take the settings here. Add the items. Now here, I'm taking the backup of E drive. Inside that E drive, one particular folder. Select that. Select this. Then go to the next, where you want to take this backup. So I don't have the storage, so I'll be taking the backup like local drive. If I want remote, you can select here remote and you give the location where you want to keep it. I want local only. Go with the next, and then we can select in local where you want to take. Like here, I'm taking the backup, whichever drive I have, backup destination. Where I want to take the backup in C drive because I don't have other drive EF like that. Then backup once. So the data will be taken backup in C drive. Now you got the status completed. Now close it. Now you go to your E drive. Go to your E drive. You go to the E drive. Now from the E drive you remove this data. Data I have taken the backup. I'm removing it. Why? Because I need to show you what the restoring. So suppose imagine this data is lost. So is there any data in the E drive now? There is no data here. There is no data in the E drive. But I don't have to worry because I've taken the backup. So I'll recover it or restore it. How to do that? Again, you go to the server manager console. Go to the C. If you want to delete from the recycle bin, that also I can do it. So generally, it will be done here. So here. So I'm removing from here also. Is there any data is there in the recycle bin? No. But still, I will recover it because I have taken the backup. So how to do that? Go to the server manager console. Then again, open the Windows Server Backup. Again, to the here what? Backup once we have. Now here we have to select here what option? Recover. Click on what? Recover. Now recover to this server. If you want to recover in other location, you select that. Backup is stored on other location. Next. 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 Where you want to do it? Same machine. Same machine. Where you want in E drive, original location. Then say what? Next. Original location. Not other. If you want other location, you can do other location also. Next. Recover. Now it is recovered. Now recovered, status completed. Now you check it back. Go to your E drive once again. You got data? Yes. Same two files. So this is about the Windows Server backup and restore. I hope you understood this, everyone. Okay. See, this is for the data about the users means you have the ADC. This is the users data. For the users you want means you have the concept of the ADC. If you want to copy and paste means what? It has to be done in other machine. In same machine, how it will do? And This is here small data, but in the real time it will be huge data. Okay. Yes, if you copy and paste in some other drive, also it will be there if the drive data is lost. But we are thinking about like entire data, but it will take a lot of time. That's why I took what one of the folder. I shown you the option. No, it was there even for entire machine. If it's for small data, you can do copy paste. But if it is like 14.5 GB entire data, how will you do? Just you need to take the backup. Understood the concept? See, I said how to take the backup of that. We have the options. This is my Windows Server machine. Generally, we'll take the backup to prevent the data loss. So I'm using what Windows Server backup. This is used to take the backup of one drive or one particular folder or entire machine. Here, backup. You go to the local backup. Here you have. You can schedule the backup. You can take once the complete backup. So if I go with the once here, you can take the backup with what? Schedule backup means at what time the backup should be taken automatically. Scheduling you can do or manually you can do. I'm doing manually. See here. To take the full server backup, how much data is there? If I select with this next, so where I want to take, what complete data is there? So just next. Where you want to take, you need to give the destination. This is. If you keep the other machine which is connected to that, you can go proceed with what next, like this. So entire data will be taken back up now. So I'm not taking it here. The entire whatever is there in my total machine will be taken back up. If I click on backup, but it will take some time. So that's why I took what one folder and shown you the concept. So once I taken the backup, if entire this data is lost also, I don't have to worry because I can recover it. How? It will be there in some other machine or other location. Go to the backup, recover. Just now I shown you the process. With that, I can recover. Okay, understood now? So this is related with our complete MCSE course. So we done all the topics. Now today, day after tomorrow, and on 14th, that is Tuesday, we are going to discuss completely now 3 days Linux. Okay. Is there any doubt anybody have related with the once means you can take once remotely also you can take. If you want to schedule the backup means at what time the backup should start, you can write the time. According to the time, the backup will start. Scheduling backup, that is called. So what is the error you are getting in Hyper-V? Have you done the modification which I shown you? Because already if you are using VirtualBox or VM, in that if you install the Hyper-V, it will not start. So I told you that times you have to add in that file, 3 files. Then it will work. You just see once. Otherwise, you take a screenshot. After the session, you can just show me. I can able to tell something about that. Okay. Now, can I proceed with the Linux? Yes. So there was not much thing. It is there in the backup. There is only one slide. How to take the backup? You know everybody. Why you are taking? To prevent the data loss. That was only there in that slide. That's why I did not put the slide. Okay. Now we'll proceed with the Linux session. Now we'll proceed with the Linux session for 3 days, including today. Now today, there are advanced topics means advanced courses you are saying or advanced topics. So like in advanced topic, you can say RODC, then you can say something like HTTPS. I already shared the notes with you. You try once. If you get any problem, you can ask. clusters. So there was no practical for that, only the concept for that. Cluster load balancing. So can I proceed with the Linux sessions now? Okay. So we'll continue with what? Linux now. Thanks for your confirmation, everybody. Now we'll proceed with the Linux. So in Linux, till now we discussed how to install the Linux and some basic things we discussed about the Linux in introduction, like Linux an open source operating system designed by Linus Torvald based on Unix, and it has certain features like multitasking, multi-user, hardware portability, scalability, single OS, no server OS, no client OS, single OS, and it has better security and more reliable. Then we discuss how to install it, and we discuss also the structure of the Linux OS, like where the Linux OS will be installed on slash. Admin data will be there on slash root. User data will be there on slash home. Install application will be there in slash USR. Admin command in slash ESBin. User command in bin. The hardware information in slash dev. Configuration file in etc. Like this we discussed yesterday. Now, which slide you want? Linux introduction. Okay. So I will give the link also at the end of the session. You can see all our slide from that link. I'll give the link about that. Or give me just 1 minute. I'll just check the link and tell you. You want backup slide? Only one page was there here. Okay, that's it. Let us go to the Linux now. Yes, can I remove this slide now? Now let us go to the Linux now. So yesterday I shared with WhatsApp the Linux practical steps. Did everybody receive? If anybody did not receive after the session, you just give me your mail ID. I'll send it. So maximum people have sent yesterday itself Linux, and that file was about for 15 days. Was for 15 days, so that you can get extra knowledge. Now it has been reduced to like a few days, like basics we are discussing, but some extra topics are there in that cannot be covered in 1 week. So I shared with you so that you can able to get better knowledge and more knowledge. Now we'll start with today's session in Linux with what? Basic commands. So already this file I shared with everyone, which was for 15 days. Yesterday I shared it with what? WhatsApp. If anybody is not there in the WhatsApp, anybody did not receive after the session, I'll stay. Just give me your mail ID. I'll send it. So today I'll show you how we can work with the Linux operating system. So already we installed yesterday, day before yesterday, the machine with RHL7, which is like we are using in place of RHL7 what? CentOS 7. You want the link? I'll just give me a minute. I'll give the link. So by that time, I'll open my machine now. Just give me a minute. I'll provide you the link. Just a minute, I'm writing the link. Just a second, I'm writing the link. You'll get it. Now, this is the link. Same link is there for MCSE also. Just one change will be there. For MCSE, it will be same. www.zoomgroup.com/training/India/free-ebook/ in place of Linux slides, it will be there what? MCSE slides -PPT -view. So same exact same links are there. For MCSE, it will be written in place of Linux what? MCSE slides, and remaining things will be same. Okay. Now let us continue with the Linux now. Okay. Now let us go to our Linux sessions now. Today we are discussing what basic commands. So whatever I'm showing you, everything will be there in the uh, practical steps which I have shown. Have you checked it properly? Because they yesterday only they told us if anybody is asking for the slide, just check it like this. They told me the links might be available now or later. Yesterday only we got the update. You just wait it and check. Otherwise, you can go to our app. You install through the Google this Play Store. You install our app Zoom Technologies. From there also you can find slides. Okay. Now, when you check our app, I think it is working. Most of the people are accessing with that only. You just wait. Maybe you sometime you wait and try it. It might be your talking about the link or you are talking about the app? App. So I'll update to them. I'll update to my department. They may do the required things, but it will be available. You just wait. Once the session is completed, I'll update to my required persons. Person I'll update to. Okay. So let me start with the now session, Linux session. Now what we are doing is basic commands. So whatever I'm doing it, you don't have to worry or you don't have to write because everything is everything is there in the steps notepad file which I shared you. Okay. I'll just update to them. The Linux is not responding, you are saying. Ram? Okay, I'll update to them. Now come to the today's session. So now first we'll start in Linux with what? So whatever I'm going to show, it is there in the file. Just by seeing the file, you can do it very easily. So I'll be not waiting for you to write or note down because already I shared the file with you. Okay. So can I proceed with the practical? So what is the first practical for today? Our entire thing today will be discussing what? Basic commands. In that we are focusing on how to do the small things like how to open the terminal, how to go to the directory, how to check out directory, how to create file, how to create folder, how to copy. These are the small things we'll be doing with these basic commands. Then on Monday, I'll show you users and group administration. Then finally on Tuesday, I'll show you the permission partition. If time is available, I'll show you also how to install the application. If you are willing, I'll show you how to configure one of the server in Linux like Apache. Okay. So let me go to the basic commands now. So my machine is ready. So now I'll be login as an administrator because full features you'll get only with administrator. With this, you can log in with the user. So I already told you yesterday, whenever you create any user, that name will appear, but administrator name will not appear. So for administrator, you need to log in on the option. Like in RHL 6 and 5, it was others. In 7, they are given not listed. So what is the administrator name here? Root. Then the password I assigned, Red Hat. So now I'll go to the desktop. From desktop, you cannot apply the commands. So you need to open the terminal. So already I shown you how to open the terminal and that thing is already there in the file. So I'll just going through it, how to create the, how to open the terminal. Right click. You don't have to worry. Everything is written in the file. You just can open it and do it. So this is one option of opening the terminal. Other option, go to the application, then terminal. This is also one of the options. Or if your mouse is not working, you can go to the Alt F2. From the keyboard, you can Alt F2. One window will open. In that, you can write our desktop name hyphen what you want to open terminal like this. Everything should be in small letter. Case sensitive. The terminal will get open. How to increase the size of the terminal means we can use Control Shift plus. Plus near the backspace. So now you can increase the size of the terminal by using Control Shift plus. But remember the plus near the number side will not increase. The plus which is there near the backspace will work. And it is uppercase. So we have to use Control Shift plus. Now you can increase the size of the terminal. How to decrease it? Control minus. Because minus is there in the bottom. No shift. So whatever I'm doing, see here, once again I'll show you everything is mentioned in the screen, in the notepad file, which you, yeah, how to log in, how to open the terminal, how to increase the size of the terminal. I written with heading. Everything is there. You can just practice and do it. Yes. So I'll just go through the practicals. You can find them everything in the notes. Now let me show you. Now suppose I, I want to clear the screen. So if I return something, now I want to clear the screen. So you can use the option called command clear. It should be in small letter. The page or the screen will get clear. Our other option is what you can use. You can use what? The keyboard Control L. Through this also you can clear the screen. And here we can log in from one user to another user by using the console. So by default, you will get 6 consoles. What you will get? 6 consoles. So now this is called graphical console where your mouse is working. Now like this, 6 consoles will be there. So those consoles you can go by using the Alt control. So I have written in the notes here, we have how many consoles? 6. By default, we'll get 6 console. Out of these 6 console, only one will work in graphical. That is Alt Control F1. Alt Control F2 to F6. It will be text. How to go? Alt Control F2, one console. Alt Control F3, another console, like this. So with same user you can log in, or with a different user you can log in. Now I'll show you. Now. With the administrator I logged in. Now I'm going to the text console. Alt Control F2. This is again here I can log in with the administrator. Simultaneously I can log in 6 console with same user or different user. So this is administrator. So here I cannot use the mouse, only text mode. Same command will apply. Now how to come back to graphical console? Alt Control F1. Now I want to open another console. I'll go to Alt Control F3. Now I created a user called K. Now I'm logging with K user. So when user K login, you will get dollar. Username is what? K, but sign is what? Dollar. Now come to the administrator here. It will be hash. So that is written here. That is called login prompt information. So the next one is what? Once you log in, it is called login prompt information. In that, the first thing is what? The name of system name. Then after system, some sign. This is called tilt. That will show the user home directory. When you go to any other directory, it will show the name here, third thing. But when you are in the user home directory, it will show tilt. And the last one is what here? Privilege. So in the privileges, you will get only 2 signs. One is hash, the other one is dollar. So when you will get hash means you will not write it, automatically you will get it. When administrator login, you will get the hash. The hash indicates full access. When user login, you will get dollar. Dollar means what? Limited access. Means that user can use only bin command, but not yes bin command. Okay. Yes. The same I'm doing here. See here, I logged in with what? Administrator. So here, first the name of the user, system name, home directory, then the privilege. If I go to my third console, here user is user. So automatically he will get the dollar. He will not have full access, only limited access. So who will hash indicate here what? Full access. Who will get the hash symbol? Administrator. And all other user when they log in, they'll get dollar. Now, how do you change the name? When you don't get the name, the system name will appear localhost. How to change host name? You can give any name of your choice. Now the system name should become Zoom, but it is not reflecting. So for that, 2 options are there. You open one new terminal, you will get the system name updated. Now you can see the system name Zoom. But I want from this only without opening the terminal. Then you just write bash. But it is temporary, not permanent. Now, now I want to change, check my which directory I'm working. So there is a command called pwd, which is called as the people will say present working directory. But if you want to see the any command abbreviation, you have the help, and the help is available with the command called man. Man means here what? Manual. Just write man and you any command whose description you want. So now here it is written. PWD stands for what? Print the name of the current working directory. So how to come out from the help? Q. Press what? Q. Q for quit. So now PWD will show presently in which directory you are. So the user root is login. Root user home directory. This is the home directory. Root home directory is what? Slash root. So that's why it is showing tilt. Now the user home directory will be slash home. So I'm giving to the third console. Now here symbol is what? Still tilt. But it is user home directory means dollar. Dollar means what? User home directory. User home directory is what? Slash home. Username is what? K. Now to check our working directory, we use which command? PWD. But I want to change the directory. How to change the directory? CD. I want to go to the slash boot. Now, will it go to the slash boot directory? Anyone tell me? It will go or it will not go? I'm checking your answers in the chat. It will go or it will not go? If I execute this command, it will go to the slash boot or not? Just simply say yes or no. Answer is what? It will not go. Why? So, why it will not go means here, if you concentrate on basics, small things, Linux may not appear difficult. Linux is not easy, but if your fundamentals are strong, it will be not very difficult. Why it is not going means, what is the error here? I have not mentioned the space. Now, will it go to the boot directory? Now tell me, it will go or it will not go? It will go or it will not go? It will not go. Why? Slash not give. Slash have not given here. So it will again show no such thing, no file or directory. So if you concentrate on these small things, you will get Linux feel not very difficult. Now, now will it go? Now will it go? No. Why? It is not forward slash. It should be forward slash, but I given backward slash. See, it is not going. Now, now will it work? Now will it work? No. Why? Will it work or it will? Yes, case sensitive. So if you concentrate on Linux, the case sensitiveness and space, you may not feel Linux very difficult. Now, will it go? Yes. Will it go or it will not go? I given lot of here. Now, will it go or it will not go? Yes, it will go or it will not go. Yes, it will go. From this, what you need to understand? What you need to understand? Space means you give one space or 10 space or 100 or 1000. That is not a problem. Space means you have to give space, at least one space. So space sensitive means don't count one space, two space like this. How much space you want to give it. Now you can see you are now presently in which directory now? You are presently now in which directory? Space you have to give. Boot directory. So it will show the name. Whenever you are in any directory, it will show you the name. But only when you are in the home directory, it will not show the name. At that time, it will show the symbol tilt. Now see here. In which directory I am now? Slash boot. Now I want to go to the where. Now see here. I'll go to the where now. No problem. Space means you give space. Now I want to come to the boot. Now if I don't give the space, it doesn't work. Again, I want to come to the slash boot. Understood now? Now I want to check. I want to check what is there inside my boot directory. So we have a command called ls. ls stands for what? List. So whatever is there in the boot directory, we can able to check. ls stands for list. So yesterday I told you this contains bootloader, grub2, bootable files, init.rd, and the kernel. Kernel name in Linux is what? VM Linux. And the version is what? 3.10. I want to check the where content. So I can check the where content by going to the where cd/where, or another option is there. We can give the path or we can go inside the path. Now after ls, I'm mentioning whose path? Where. So now I'm in the boot, but I'm checking the content of where, because after ls I have given the path whose directory content I want to check. If I don't give the path, if I give ls in which directory I am, so that now next important, I want to check the root data. Where the root data will be there in slash root. So if I do like this, it will go to the root. But if I don't give after cd, whichever directory I want to go, I should give cd slash whatever name I want, I can go it. So these are the list of the admin commands. I want to come to the slash boot. I can go to the boot now. I want to go to the slash root. So no need to give the for the slash root. Because when you don't give any directory name, the operating system understands that it has to go to the home directory. So which user is logged in root? If I don't give any directory name after the cd, it will go to the slash root. See, because the root user is logged in. If I log in with any other user and I use the cd, means it will go to the home directory slash home, because the slash home is the home directory for all other users. For root, slash root. For all other users, slash home is the home directory. Understood now? So after cd, which directory name you have written, there it will go. After cd, if you don't write any name, means automatically it understands that which user is logged in to that user home directory, it has to go. So it will go to them. Now, what is there in the root directory? We can check with ls. So here, important thing, I written everything in the notes. In Linux, whichever is black, that represent what? File. And whichever is blue, that represent folder or directory. Whichever is black, it's a file. Whichever is folder, it's a blue color. So how to create a file, I'll show you. Before that, I'm creating some files. I'm creating some folder. How to create, I'll show you. Just wait. Just I'm trying to confirm the color of the files and folder. How to check the files and folder? By using the command ls. We are inside the slash root. So root created data will be there in slash root. So how to check the data? ls. So whichever is in black color, they are the files. Whichever is in blue color, they are the folder. Remember this by default. So if you know only one method of checking the things by color, some people may hide the color. How to hide the color? Just use the backward slash before ls. So the color will be hidden temporarily. Again, if you give the ls, the color will appear. But if somebody put the screen like this, how to clear the screen? Control L. Now somebody put the screen like this. Now they are asking you here, which one is file and which one is folder. Then how do you tell them now which one is file and which one is folder? How do you know, Ram, this? Yes, that is the correct answer. So for others, I'll tell you. So how we can check for the others means, you can see here. So if you want to know the files, which is file and folder, one option is color, the other option is properties. So to check the properties, we can use the command ll. Ll stands for long list. So first I'll show you with the color, then without color I'll show you. All this logic I have written in the notes. So the logic is here is what it is called attributes or property. So you see here, whichever is starting with blue, they are directory. So for them, the first character is D. The first character is what? D. Whichever is a file, whichever is a file, their first character will be what? Hyphen. So when color is not there, how do you understand the files and folder? With the help of the properties, which is called attributes. So in that, you have to see the first character. If the first character is D, means those are last name will be name. So you have to see the first character and last name. If the first character is D, means see the last name. So that will be a directory. If your first character is hyphen, then to the name. So that name will be what? File name. Now I'll show you without color now. So I'm hiding the color now. And after that, I need to just give -L. Now color is not there. Now you tell me, Linux is a file or folder? are appearing black, but Linux is a file. Why? Because the first character is hyphen. Whereas the MCSE, whereas the MCSE is a folder. Why? Because the first character is what? D. So this is the way you can identify. So there are two options in Linux to identify files and folder. One is with the color. Now if I give the ls, again the color will appear. One is color, the other one is property. So by default color for the file in Linux is black, and for folder always it will be blue. And other method is you can check the properties by ll or ls-l, like I use this. So in this you have to see the first character. If the first character is D means those are directory. If the first character is hyphen means that is the file. So what are these remaining things? I told you just now only first character and last name, but I did not tell you these remaining things. That we will discuss in a class called permissions. Today you just remember the first character, last name. Okay. Now, if I give the ls, again the color will appear. But when you give the ls, it will show you the normal files and folder, but it will not show the hidden files and folder. So to check the hidden files and folder, you can use the command ls space a. Here A stands for what? All. So it will show your normal files as well as hidden files, folders. So how to distinguish now which one is a hidden file, which one is a hidden folder, and which is one is a normal? Yes. How do you identify it? How to identify it? Yes. Yes. Very nice. Rajesh is given answer. Yeah, Ram is given. Another person, Sri, I think it is. That also given. That is the correct answer. With the help of dot. With the help of dot. So whichever name is starting with the dot, whether it is a blue or black. So if it is a black, those are fold. If it is a dot, black, it is a file. And those names which are there without dot, they are the normal. So hidden files and folder are those whose names are starting with the dot. And the normal files and folders are those names are starting without dot. When you give ls space hyphen I, that is used for inode number. So files and folders are understand with the help of a numerical number that is called inode number. Here it will not show the hidden one, only the normal one. Hidden can be seen only with hyphen A. Okay. Now, now, if you want to check the date, you can check like this. If you want to check the calendar, you can use the calendar present month. If you want to see the whole year, just write the year, whichever year you want, past or present or future, everything. If you want to check the version of this operating system, all these things are mentioned in the file which I shared with you. You can, if your typing is not good, you write few letter, press the tab, it will come. You can check with the Red Hat name or with the CentOS name because both are same. If you want to check the version of your kernel, you have a command called uname hyphen a. You can also check here version is what 3.10, or you can check kernel is present in the slash book. So directly it can check. And if you want to search any files or folder, like in Windows you have the search command. Here you can use find / hyphen the name of the file or folder. Same command for files and folder. So it will search this file is present in which location. Or you can also use what? So many complete operating system is checking. Wherever Linux is named there, it will check. Now, if I want to check only in which location it is there, I can use find / hyphen. You can use name or hyphen name, then the name of the file or folder. Like this, you can search. And if you want to restart your machine, you can use the init or reboot. If you want to shut down your machine with command init 0. So whatever I said you, same thing is there in the file. You can read and do its practical very easily. See, whatever I said, everything is there here. Now I'll show you how to create a file. So to create a file in Linux, we mostly use three commands: cat, touch, and vi. I'll show you what is the difference between these three. So first I'll try to create a file using what? Cat command. So how to create a file? So just see here, is there any file with a name called Red Hat? No. So I'll create it. How to create? Cat space is optional, but symbol is very important. Which one? Greater than. Then any name of your choice. So in Linux, by default, it doesn't take any extension. Like in Windows, it happens. If I create a file, by default, it takes for the text file what? .txt. So it is a text file, but it doesn't. If you want to give, you can give it, but it doesn't take by default. So now I'm creating a file with a name called Red Hat with the help of cat command. So cat will create a file like this. We can create a new file like this. One file is created. Now it is asking to write your content. You write your content. I want to save the file. So to save the file in Windows, like we use Control S. Here we have to use Control D. But you remember the content is there. If you save from here, this login prompt also will get copied into your file. So to avoid that, first whenever you want to save the file, first press enter. Come to the empty line. Then press what? Control D. So the file is created. How to check? LS. Now Red Hat black color because it is a file. So with cat we can create a file. Now we can also read the file like this. We can also use one another option to read the file, less than. To create a file, greater than. To read, less than. With cat we can create a file, we can read it, and we can also append it. Append means what? Adding something more. Adding something more or extra to existing file. So whenever you want to append the file, you have to use double greater. For creating single greater. But for existing file, if you just give single greater and press the enter, so whatever data is there, it will be lost. It will just become what? A new file. It will overwrite the complete content. So like this here. I saved it. Now the total content is lost. So again I'm creating the content. So I return something now. This is not a command, it is just a syntax. Our document, you write anything. So I've written what? This is a root file something. How to save it? First press enter. Don't forget. If you save from the content, this login prompt also will get copied to your file. So I'll show you. See here. I written something. I written something. Now I've forgotten to put the enter and I copied and I saved it. To save it, Control D. To save it, what we have to press? Control D. Now I press it. Now you see here. One file is created with what name? Red Hat. But when I'm trying to read, this login prompt also will get copied. So to avoid that, first you before saving, you press enter. Come to the empty line, then save it. Now instead of single line, double greater to append. If I give single greater, again repeat this name, it is overwritten. Whatever I have written is lost. I created once again, I saved it. Now you check the data is there properly. So that's why before you saving, you press enter, come to the empty line, then save it. Now I want to add one more line. For that you have to use double greater for creating single. Now whatever data is you are written will be not seen, but whatever you are writing now, it will be written below the existing line. So earlier Red Hat file contain how many lines? One line. Now I'm adding one more line. You can write anything. Now I'll save it. Control D to save. When I read the file, how many lines it should show me? Two lines. Now when I'm appending third time, how many greater than should be there now for third time? Two greater than or three greater? Let me check the answer. Yes, always two greater than. If I give more than two greater than, like here I'm doing, now three greater, it will not accept. So remember, for creating the file, single greater, using the cat. For appending means adding something extra or more to your existing file. It is called appending. Appending means not modification. Appending only means adding. So when you add, you always need to use double greater. Whether you append one time, two time, or 100 times. Now already my file is having how many lines? Two lines. I want to append one more time. So what I do? Cat double greater red hat. Now I'm writing something. So if I writing the something, if I did the mistake, I can use the backspace and do it. Let's suppose while writing, I did not observe one thing and I press in hurry something like enter. So this is the problem with cat command. Once you press, you cannot come to the above line and you cannot make the modification. This is one problem with the cat. And the second problem with the cat is with the cat command, you can create one file at one time. One by one, you can create any number of files, but at one time, you cannot create more than one file. Means you cannot create multiple files with the cat command. So what are the two major drawbacks with cat command? You cannot create with cat command multiple files. Second problem, you cannot modify the file with cat. You can create the file, you can read the file, you can append it. You can't modify, cannot create multiple files. Now I've saved the file. Now some mistakes is there. Now can I modify? No. Can I create multiple files? No. So multiple files can be created by using other option. What is that other option? Touch command. So basically touch command is used to create multiple files, but it will create empty file. Means with touch we can't write anything inside it because it doesn't go inside the file. It just creates and come out. And if you want to write anything, you have to use touch or VI editor. So now basically touch command is used to create multiple files, but it will create 0 byte or empty files. It will not able to write any data inside it with the touch. So can we create a single file with touch? Yes. But basically it is used to create multiple files. So first I'll show you how to create a single file. So I'm creating one single file. So suppose this is the file name. So how many names are given? One. So it will create one file. If I want to write the data, cat double greater than I can write the data. But with touch I can't write. But basically touch is used to create multiple files. So how to create multiple files? We have to give the multiple names. In between the names, you need to keep the space. I'm creating multiple files. One name is over, second name you give. Like this. So how many names have given example here? Three. So how many files will be created? Three. Like this, I can give n number of names. In between the names, I need to give space. But I want to create one file with space. Can it be possible? Yes. So if I want to create one document with this name, suppose Sai Reddy. Sai Reddy is one name. But if I write like this, it will create two files. But I want to create one file with the Sai Reddy. How it is possible means you have to use quotation. One file will be created. With space means you have to use the quotation. Understood? Now, if you want to create multiple files, with the same name, then you can create like this. Touch Any name of your choice, flower bracket. Compulsory you have to use flower bracket. Then you can mention your starting number and end number. Your starting number and end number. Between starting and end number, two dots should be there. Not more than two dots, not less than two dots. Now given 1 to 10. Starting number can be anything. 5 dot dot 50, 100 dot dot 200, anything. So here 1 dot dot 10 means 10 files will be created with Hyderabad name. Like this. Can we use the alphabet in place of the numbers? Yes. Now how many files will be created? 3 files. The advantage with the touch command is what? You can create a file, single, multiple, but it will create only 0 byte file, means without any data, empty files. So with cat command, we can create a file, we can write the content, we can read it, we can append it, but we cannot modify, we cannot create multiple files. With touch command, we can create multiple files. But disadvantages, we cannot read also the content. In touch, sorry, with Red Hat, the content is there. So that content I can read with cat, but same content I cannot use with the touch. So it is not used to write, not used to read, not used to modify. Only it will create empty files. Touch command. Now, if you are a human being, you are bound to make mistakes. So how do you modify the files? In Windows, you will use what? You will use in Windows what? Editors. So same way in Linux also you have editors. So you have number of editors in Windows, same way you have number of editors in Linux. So one of the commonly used editor is, see, whatever I said, same thing is there here. Now I'll show you how to modify the file in Linux. So in Windows you have editors, same way in Linux also you have the editors. So here in every operating system we have editors, like in Windows, Notepad, Wordpad. In DOS we used to have edit. In Linux also we have different editors, like command based. CLI means command line interface, command based editor, EX, ED, VI, VM. In graphical you have different editors, Emacs, Gedit, Nedit, Nano, WRite, Pico. Notepad is not there, that is a mistake, printing mistake. So out of this, which one we will discuss? Which one we will discuss? VI editor. So the most commonly used editor in Linux is what? VI editor. So VI editor has been developed by Bill Joy, and the working of this editor is dependent on what? Three modes. So VI editor consists of what? Three modes. VI editor, VIM, both are same. Thing is same. Now it will have three modes. What are those three modes? Command mode, insert mode, and extended mode. So what you can do in command mode, you cannot do in extended mode. Same way, what you can do in extended mode, you cannot do in insert mode. So each mode function is different. So how to identify which we are in which mode? But that simple logic is there. So whenever you use the VI editor, look the bottom of the file, because for each mode you will get some specific signs. So what are those signs? I'll show you practically. So before that, if you are interested, just note down the commands which will be executed in these modes. So if you are working in command mode, these are the VI editor is a text editor, so we can work only with the keys. So by using these keys, this is the task done. So this using these keys, we cannot do this task in other mode. So this task will be done in command mode by using these keys. If you are interested, please take a snapshot of this. Done. Next one. So using these keys, we can do this work in the extended mode. Now I'll show you the practically via editor. Now let me show you the practical. Now there are certain mistakes in the Red Hat file, so that I cannot modify with either cat or touch. So I can use for that what VI editor. So how to modify file with the VI editor? VI open the file with VI editor. VI space file name. Now you see the bottom of the file. Bottom of the file means this. So for every mode you will get some definite sign. So now I'm opening the file. You see here at the bottom what sign you got? Red Hat 3L 716. So Red Hat is a file name. 3L is a lines. This file is containing 71 is the character. So this is a sign when we are in command mode. I press some key. What is that key? I'll tell you later. Now there is nothing at the bottom. So now you are in which mode? You are in which mode now? Still you are in command mode. There are three modes. Command mode, insert mode, and extended mode. So for command mode, there are two signs you have to remember. So whenever you open the file with VI editor, whenever it's showing the file name, or now what it is showing, nothing, blank. It means what? You are in command mode. So this is the two things you have to remember for command mode. Whenever it shows the file name or nothing, it shows at the bottom of the file. It means you are in command mode. Now I'll set the line numbers so that you can easily understand. How to set the line numbers we'll discuss in extended mode. Now we are in which mode now? Command mode. So in command mode, what you can do? Copy, paste, undo, redo. These things you can do. So I'm first deleting the lines. So now I want to delete two lines. So what is the command I should use now to delete the two lines? To delete two lines, what is the command I should use? In the slide it was written NDD. Means NDD means what? How the operating system will understand. So here N indicate what? Number of lines. So my requirement is what? Two lines to be deleted. So I should print what? I should print 2, then DD. So it will delete two lines. But which two lines it will delete? That depends on the cursor position. Now cursor is here on my first line. So if I press 2DD, first and second line will be deleted. Now my cursor suppose here is the second line. Now I press 2DD, then second and third line will be deleted. Like it now I'm showing you. 2DD. These two lines have been deleted. So this is my mistake. By mistake I deleted. So I want to get it back. I can get it back. Those lines. Simply press what? U. U means what? Undo. Press what? U. U for undo. Again, I want to delete these two lines. So the opposite of undo is what? Redo. For redo, control R. Again, it is deleted. U means undo. Control R means redo. Undo, undo, redo. Like this. Now I want to copy the three lines. Keep your cursor on there. So everything whatever you do, that depends from the position of the cursor. Now I want to copy 3 lines. 3 y. 3 lines have been copied. Where you want to paste, bring your cursor. You cannot come below the last line. From last line, I am pressing P. P for what? Paste. So it will paste below the cursor positions here. How many times you want to paste, you paste it. Now my cursor is in the first line. I want to go to the last line. We can use the capital G. We go to the last line. If I want to go to the first line, it's small g, but 2 times. Or I can use, I know the number, 1 capital G. Now I want to go to the third line. Press 3 capital G. Or now I want to go to the sixth line. 6 capital G or small g. Small g means 2 times. First line means 1 capital G or small g 2 times. Last line means always capital G. Now I want to search a word called Saturday. So just give the forward slash. Automatically comes to the bottom. You see it. Forward slash. Write the word which you want to search. Then first time enter. It will go to that word. Next time don't enter. Just press N. N for what? Next. Wherever the word is there, it will go there. So these are the things you can do in the command mode. But our most important task is what? Modification. So the modification you cannot do in command mode. So modification will be done in the insert mode. So how to come from command mode to insert mode? So for that, we have to remember one logic. That logic is we need to use some numbers or some alphabet. So that alphabet is what? You can use either A, I or O. For coming to command mode, we don't use any key because that is default. So now I'm pressing what key? A or I or O, or you can use insert key. So I'm pressing I. So it will go to insert mode. So whenever you are in insert mode, it will show at the bottom in capital letter what? Insert. So it means you are in insert mode. So identification of insert mode is very easy. As long as you see insert, it means you are in insert mode. Now in insert mode, you can do only one thing. What is that one thing? You can modify the file. Modification means editing is done in insert mode. So like my first letter of the document should always starts with capital. Now I can change it. I can delete my small letter and I can write. Now my spelling of the using was wrong. So I can go to that word and I can correct the word spelling. My spelling of the command is also wrong. So I can check correct now. So this is called modification. If you want to write any new thing, any new line, I can write it anywhere. So now once I am in set board, my keyboard will work normally. So wherever mistake is there, I can go and correct it. So this is nothing but modification. So modification is done in which mode? Insert. Now we have one more mode, that is the extended mode. Why we will use the extended mode means to save the file. So the most important work of extended mode is to save the file. So you cannot save the file in insert mode or command mode. You have to go to extended mode. So we cannot go directly from insert mode to extended mode. So for that, first we need to go to the command mode. So how do you go to the command mode? Press a key which will not print anything. That is the escape key. So you'll go to the command mode. From that, you press what? Shift colon. You will be in extended mode. So whenever you see colon at the bottom of the file, it means you are in extended mode. So in extended mode, you have taken the notes. We can set the line numbers. We can remove the line number. How you will remove? Set. SE means set. No numbers. It will be removed. How to set? Once you press enter, again the work is done, but you'll go to the command mode. How to come to again extended mode? Shift colon. Now I'm setting the line. Now these are the things. But the most important work in extended mode is what? To save the file. And we can also replace the word. Suppose I want to replace the Saturday with Sunday. So just use this shift colon. What means from first line? Dollar means still last line. You want from third line to sixth line. You write 3, 6. No need of dollar. A small s means set. Existing word or old name with a new name. Here. Now I want to change to Sunday to Saturday, but only from sixth line, second line to sixth line. Then no need of dollar. Here. Second line to sixth line. Yes. Now I want to change Sunday into Saturday. So suppose You want only one change. Then you write here about fifth line. Only one will change. Finally, you decided this should be a document. Use DD in command mode and save it. How to save? Shift to colon. W for save, Q for quit. Now, when I come back again, line numbers won't be saved. Now, if I write something, I don't want to save this. Simply use what? Q. But it will not allow to quit without saving. So at that time, use the option, forceful option, exclamation mark. It will come out. When you read, just no need of exclamation mark. So this is about the VI editor. So to make you understand in a simple way, you can remember like this. VI editor consists of how many modes? How many modes the VI editor will have? 3 modes. So you can remember VI editor like this. So how many? Whenever you want to modify your file with VI editor, what we have to do? VI space file name. Then it will go to the modes. How many modes are there? 3 modes. The first mode will be what? Command mode. So how do you understand the command mode? Whenever you open the command mode, at the bottom you will find file name or blank. This is the identification for command mode. Then here, if you want to do any modification, you need to go to the insert mode. So how to come to the insert mode? You can use any key A, I, O, or insert key. Using this key, you will come to the insert mode. So when you are in insert mode, always you will see at the bottom of the file what sign insert, but it will be written in capital letter. So here you can do the modification. But if you want to save the file, you need to come to the extended mode. You need to come to the extended mode. Not come directly. So first you need to go to the command mode. How you will go? By using the escape key. Then from this, you have to press what? Shift to colon. So when you are in extended mode, it will show the sign colon. This is the colon sign. Then, if you want to execute the task, you have to press enter. But once you press enter, the task will be done off extended mode. It will go to command. Again, you need to press this. So this is how the VI editor will work. Understood? Now, important thing, can you create a new file with VI editor? Yes. VI editor is basically used for all purpose. We can create a file, we can read it, we can edit, we can create multiple files, we can modify the file. Everything can be done. So if you use cat, touch, and VI, which is the best command or complete command? VI editor. So I'll show you how you can create a new file with VI editor. So now if I want to create a new file with VI editor, VI space any new name. New file will be created. Now in this, nothing is there, so I cannot copy paste nothing. So I'll just go to the insert mode by pressing I. Now I'll write something. I'll save the file. How to save? Go to the first command mode by pressing escape, then shift to colon. Save and exit. The file is created with Unix name. That I can read even with cat. So this is about the VI editor. So we discussed today basic commands. In that also I showed you how to create a file using cat, touch and VI. Now next thing is what? Files are kept in folder. So how to create a folder in Linux? Creating a folder is very simple in Linux. That is done with the help of a command called mkdir. Yes. So I'll show you. This is very easy compared to file because only one command. So we'll use mkdir. So I already have a file with what name? Red Hat. So can I create a file with Red Hat name? In Windows you can create, but in Linux it doesn't allow. Why? Because Linux and Unix OS treat files and folder as same, whereas the Windows OS treat files and folder as separately. That's why it will allow there, but here it doesn't allow. So if anybody asks you why, means you should say Linux and Unix OS treat files and folder same, whereas Windows OS treat files and folder differently. That's why it allows. Now it will allow in other location, but not in same. So I need to use some other name, like I'm using this name. Now one folder is created. How do you check it? Unless I given one name, so one folder is created. So if I want to create multiple folder means same like touch. When we use the touch, it will create file. When you use the mkdir, it will create folder. So now I'm giving different names, three names, so three folders. If I give four names, four folders. Whatever name you give, how many names you give, that many it will create. Understood? So I given four names, four folders have been created. Blue color. Folders will be blue color. But if you want to create folder with the same name, same concept, I'm giving small numbers. Can you use the alphabet? Yes, same like India directory is created from 2 to 5. You want to use the alphabet, you can use. But with mkdir, we can create one special type of folder that is called parental folder, or it is called nested folder, or tree structure folder. So one is the main folder. Inside the main folder, we can create many subfolders. Like yesterday, structure of the OS. For that, same command is there, but for that, we need to use mkdir stands for make directory. Mkdir, make directory. So now I'm creating parental directory. Means one is the main directory. Inside the main directory, I'm creating many subdirectories. So for that, you have to use one option called -p. Like you can use the word world, inside world Asia, inside that India, inside that Telangana, inside that Hyderabad, inside that your place. But I'm using for simplicity alphabet A, B, C, D, E, like this. You can go on. So here, your first directory is parental, and rest of them are child. How to check it? LS. So when you give the LS, only your parental directory will be shown, not the child. Here, only parent directory, but not the child. So if you want to see your parental directory with child means you have to use extra command. What is that? -r. So if you use the small -r, it will show only the first child. After -r, you give your parental directory. If you don't give the parental directory, then it will show the folders in the reverse order. Files and folder in reverse order. From Z to A. Generally it will be what? A to Z. But I want to see the all parental directory of my A. So I should use what? Capital R. Here R stands for recursive. My parental directory name. You have to compulsory give parental directory. If I don't give here, here. These are my parental directory. First directory is A, inside that B, inside that C, inside that D, inside that E. So this is your path. Now if I want to go to the C directory, how to go? First, which directory is there? A, inside that B, inside that C. I can go. Directly I cannot go. C. So you have to see the path and go it. First A, then B, then C. Now you are in C directory. You want to go to the D directory after C. Don't give the complete path because you're already in the C directory. Just give the next directory. How to come back to go forward? We have to use the directory name. To go back reverse order, we can do it. Now I want to come to the D. if I give the name, it doesn't come. So we have to use the dot represent one pair. One pair means one step back. Now from E it came to D. Now two steps means four dots. But each pair should be separated by one forward slash. Now you want to come out to the home directory CD. To go to your last working directory without giving the path means hyphen. Come to home directory CD. So this is called navigation. All these things have been given in the software, the soft copy which I given to you. Everything is mentioned there. So I shown you how to create file, how to create folders. Now the last thing is what I'll show you how to copy. Now what I'll show you how to copy files, file to file, file to folder. Then I'll show you last how to remove it. So let us do now. Last one is what copy. So now first I'll show how to copy file to file. So I can use for copy what cp hyphen rb recursively verbose. First source name means what you want to copy. Existing name. Then the source where you want to copy. In same location means simply give one new name. Other location means the directory name, then the file name. So here there is no name with what CentOS. So in this, two things will happen. One, a new file will be created with CentOS, and second, the Red Hat content will be copied into CentOS. You can see here. CentOS got created. Now check content of Red Hat will be same. Content of Red Hat will be same as content of CentOS will be same. So this is copying file to file. Now let me show you copy file to folder, because you cannot copy folder to file because folder is a collection of files. So you will copy the file into folder. So how to copy file into folder? Oh, sorry. Copy is done by cp space hyphen r. Then file name first, because you are copying the file into folder. Which folder you have created. With ls it doesn't show. So how to check? Inside the folder and check the file ls. You can read by cat or vi, but not with cat. How to come out? cd. This is one option. Another option is what? Check which file is there in the folder by giving the path. Now you can directly read it. Cat, the file is inside the folder. So first give the folder name, then the file name, which you have checked which file is there. Right. So there are two options. You can go inside and do it, read it, or from outside you give the path and read it. Now suppose if you want to copy one file into another. So for copying we are using this. So in the real time you may get this scenario. One file is having some data, copy Red Hat data into another file which is also having some data. So at that time you cannot use cp command. It will ask for overwrite. If you say why means Red Hat data will be copied into Unix, but Unix data will be lost. But your requirement is what? Copy the Red Hat data into Unix, but there should not be any overwrite. So at that time, if you give n means it will come to the original position. Red Hat will have its own data and Unix will have its own data. But what is our requirement? Copy the data of Red Hat into Unix without overwrite. So at that time, we cannot use cp command. So at that time, you can use the cat option of appending. So which file data you want to add, you write that file name. Into which file? Use the double greater appending. Now here. Now Red Hat data remains Red Hat, but in the Unix data, Red Hat data will be added. Here. There is no overwrite. So appending is used also when you want to copy one file data into another without overwrite. So the last thing for today, folder to folder also same, cp hyphen one folder into another folder. Last thing for today, before I delete the file, I'll show you how to rename. Like in Windows, we can rename the files and folders. Same way we can do it in Linux. For renaming, we'll use what? MV. MV. My first existing name or old name, then the new name. Don't use the existing name. If you use the existing name, it will cut and paste. Command is same. MV. The name has been changed from Red Hat to Blue Hat. Same thing I can do for directory. MV. Directory name is Zoom. I can make it other name, any name. Now it is changed into Moon. Now finally, files and folder name is changed by MV. Now finally I'm showing you removing. To remove the file RM, it will ask confirmation, yes. But directory cannot be removed with RM because for directory compulsory you have to use -r. For file, if you use -r or you don't use, it can delete. But for folder, -r is compulsory. There is one more command, rmdir. So this will also not delete the moon directory because rmdir is used for empty directories, which are empty in nature. Nothing is having. Inside it, there is no file or folder. It will remove that. But in our moon, there is a file called Red Hat. So it doesn't delete those folders. So for that, we have to use rm space -r. -r we can also use to remove the file. But for folder it is mandatory. For file it is optional. I'm removing the folder called moon. It will ask your confirmation. Yes. You go inside the directory. There is a file you want to remove. Yes. You want to remove the directory. Yes. It is removed. So if you have so many files and you are 100% sure you want to remove it, don't want to give the confirmation, then you use forceful option rm space -rf, then the file and folder name. I have so many files starting with same name. So just if it is same name, you just write 1 or 2 characters start. And you can write full name also, nothing will happen. So it will remove files and code without any confirmation. So when you delete the files and folder with command, it won't store in recycle bin. Here recycle bin is what? Trash. When you delete graphically, then only it will store. So you have to be very careful when you are deleting. And suppose by chance you are here in slash, and if you give by chance this command rf space -rf star enter, your complete thing will be lost, even the OS. So when you are using this command, very careful. Okay. So today we have completed what? Basic commands. So I shown you how to create file, folder, how to copy them, how to rename, how to delete. So whatever I've shown you today, everything is there in the file which I shared with you. So this is the file, Linux practical step file. This I shared you yesterday itself. Send means moving inside it. Complete. This is for the 15 days. So today I'll show you up to this. Cat, touch, mkdir, how to copy. This I've shown you. Renaming, everything is there. You can just check and do it. So Monday I'll show you what? User administration and group administration. Monday session. And Tuesday will be our final session. On that day I'll show you permission, partition. If you wait for more little bit more time, I'll show you how to install the application. Very important, that is how to install the application using RPM and yum. Then if you have that time still, I'll show you how to configure Apache web server. That will be in the remaining 2 days sessions. So that's it for today. Any doubt related with today's session? Uh, we used to have full-fledged course for Linux, but most of the people uh, used to come for a few days, then they used to drop out. So the management thought that Linux is also important. At least they should get some basic idea. So they introduce in the MCSE also this Linux course. If you want full-fledged course means, earlier we used to have Linux with the advanced Linux, but unfortunately our one of the faculty is not well, who used to take the advanced Linux. So we don't know when he'll be back. So that's why we are not saying anything about the advanced Linux. We used to have here advanced Linux also. But whatever material I had with you for 15 days, I shared with you. Because the time is less, and whatever time is there, we have to utilize. So that's why I need to go a little bit faster. So I done the basic commands and I shared the file. No, you can go step by step. You can see it. If you have just you can ask me now, or you'll just go through it on Monday. You can ask. These are all basic commands. That's why I went fast because everything I written also and shared with you. Yes, if you practice it, see, Linux is something like a mathematics. When you practice, it will become easy. I don't know about what is the health situation of that our faculty. I don't have the update about him. Maybe in the future you may have the advance. Yes, the practicals I'm telling you know, you just go to the www.centers.org, download that OS, and you can practice it. I shown you how to do the practical. You just go to www.centers.org website, download the iOS, install it through the VMware, which I shown you. Then you can practice. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Uh, First time when you are doing this course, it's not easy. You know, I went little bit fast, but I need to, like, these are all basic things. If you have still any doubt, you can ask me. And everything I written there, just you can read and do like a, okay, okay, I can understand. If any specific doubt you have, you just tell me. I'll wait and explain you once more. No, no, no. Please don't say something. Just it is my responsibility. You whatever you want to say to me, you can say, not to the others. So if you felt somewhere I went fast, you just tell me. I'll repeat it. I'm there. No, don't like those words. Just just be friend, like you are there. Okay, whatever you want to say to me, you just can say to me, not to him directly. So which one you have not followed, you tell me. Others, I'll go little bit slowly. Folder or which one you find it difficult, you tell me. I'll go through. I thought everything just like here. Everything, whatever I said here, it's everything is there here. Same exact thing you can find it. Practical steps, you just give your mail ID. Maybe you are not, maybe in the WhatsApp group. I'll note it down and I'll send you now itself. Just 1 minute. I'll note your mail ID. Just 1 second. Okay. Can you do one thing? Because 1 minute. I give my mail ID. Those people who are not having, can I give mail ID? Those people who are not having the practical step, they can ping to my mail ID so that I can share with you. Or shall I note down your numbers, mail IDs? Okay. So I'll share you with my mail ID. You just people who are, because instead of me noting all, you it will be better. I think just ping to this my mail ID. So those people who are not having, have not received the soft copy of the line, just to this mail ID. I'll be sending you the soft copy. Yes, it's okay. Will you ping to my mail ID? Those who are not having the soft copy of the practical, I'll send you. Sorry, everybody, there was a power cut here, right? That's why I lost the connection. Yes. Came back. So again, I reload it. You just have your any doubts still? Or can I close this session? So please send me link to my mail ID. I'll send you the soft copy. Okay. Closing the session now.